Welcome to another episode of FHS Ramblings, Franklin High School's podcast extraordinaires. Today, we're joined by
Aaliyah,
Trinity,
Hayden,
Trey,
and Maya.
Woohoo, and Mr. Bashan. We might even have a very special guest a little bit later, so we'll find out what's going on. All right, today's date is December 4th, 2024, and today we're talking about early graduation. That's a pretty cool concept. Anyways, we'll be talking about that in a moment. By the way, prior to this podcast, we had the pleasure of talking with Miss Milutinovic. She's the FHS guidance counselor for the upperclassmen, and Miss Diaz, who is the NC State College advisor. Before we begin, I'd like to ask everybody a question about their favorite holiday movie.
Mine is a classic with Home Alone. It's kind of basic though.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what it's called, but it's like a Snoopy Christmas movie.
Yeah.
When then we gets that horrible tree, and then it still winds up being very special. Anybody else?
My favorite Christmas holiday movie is Klaus.
Whenever I hear that, I think about Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jingle All the Way. Yeah. By the way, did I say that we're going to be joined by a very special guest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Hi, Kermit.
Oh, hey, good to see you. You know what my favorite movie of all time is?
What is it?
When the Muppets wind up doing the Christmas Carol, and specifically Charles Dickens and specifically all those, and they talked about the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Oh, that's pretty cool, Kermit. Thanks for joining us, Kermit. Hey, wait, get out of here. Come on, go visit the Muppets back in Los Angeles. Anyways, that's an interesting transition because that winds up making us to the point about the past, and then the present, and then the future. And speaking of the future, it's right around the corner for the class of 2025 graduation. Yeah. It's coming up really soon. In fact, did you know that there's such things as early grads?
Yes.
Do you know how many early grads are eligible for kind of like being done by like in January?
According to FHS guidance, we have 53 students eligible for early graduation.
Wow, there's like 250 some odd students, and 53 of them could be out of here soon. Which brings us to the big question of the day. Is this a good idea, or I don't know? What is our thought? Let's start about the good.
Well, one benefit of graduating early is that, you'll just be done with school, so you'll just be on your own until you start college.
All the good that comes with this and getting started with your life. Anything else?
Well, there's more opportunities in your life you could do.
Yes, there's life beyond high school. I get that. And some people are kind of ready to maybe move on. Yeah.
For example, Ella Lassiter will be picking up more hours at her job.
Who's specifically one of the heads of Ramblings, and specifically in the past of Quill and Scroll. So yeah, she gets more hours to do and she doesn't have to attend school. But we get the good, we understand that. How about the bad?
missing out on high school activities or the rest of your high school experience?
Yeah. We'll come back to that in a second. The question really is do all colleges really want seniors to be graduating early?
Not most.
Yeah, why not? Why do you think?
Because I think they want them to have all, I think that's good grades throughout when it start how you begin, how you end.
Yeah.
That's in my opinion how it goes.
And even if you notice some of the classes here at Franklin High School, there's prerequisites. You have to take this level of class before you do the next one, and there's a transitional phase. They also do orientation at the beginning of the year. So some of the people that come in and have to live in the dorms, and it's wait a second, we don't have the room for you. So a lot of times colleges aren't hoping that you come in and finish early. So then you've got this kind of curb area that is wait a second, what am I doing with this time? So before you do it, really consider it. So you mentioned specifically just a second ago about some of the things that you wanted missing out. What are some of the activities coming up soon for seniors?
There's a financial fair coming up December 10th, which is next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
And it's run by State Credit Union. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. for seniors, and it's where they do interactive workstations where they can learn real-world scenarios to gain life experience.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so they do this every year. They've been doing this for a while, and that's a cool opportunity. Speaking of money,
there are a lot of scholarship opportunities, including Burger King and Taco Bell, and free application for FAFSA.
Yeah, so make sure you do that. By the way, do we know when graduation is?
It's June 13, 2025.
Yeah, so it's still a little ways off there, but there's going to be other activities such as senior week and senior trip. And by the way, priority deadline for graduation caps already passed. So in order to graduate, you have to have the cap and gown, the red regalia. But that already passed by November 15th. So if you missed it, make sure you go back and communicate with Herf Jones. And with Herf Jones is the ones that wound up selling the yearbook. I did wind up having the opportunity to talk with Lisa Lent at fcschools.net. So if you are still interested in buying the yearbook, you should do it before the end of the year. If you get it before December 31st, you can get it for a discounted price of $65. Otherwise, it's going to go up. There's also opportunities. I saw like posters on the wall for senior tributes, which the parents wind up putting together pictures and a message to send out to their kids. It's a great way. It's permanently into the book. But there's also senior shout-outs that I think are only like a couple dollars, $5 or so, that you can wind up getting a message out to one of your friends in the book. By the way, specifically with seniors, things are going to start changing in terms of for next year, even for undergraduates. There's a brand new program that's coming into place for registering for classes. Typically, they wind up giving the whole spring semester, and the counselors come in and they meet with you. But really, and they wind up doing the add drop and stuff like this. So next semester, some of that is going by the wayside because the deadline for getting those students registered has to happen really fast. So if you are a senior, or even if you are an underclassman and you're finding that your schedule is not what you want for next semester, make sure you go back and take a look at that and send a single email to your guidance counselor. And by the way, seniors, make sure you check your emails. A lot of seniors have not been checking their emails. They're missing important information. All right, so next week, you are in AP Lang, is that right?
Yes. No, wait. I'm in AP Lit. Literature.
Yes, you're a senior. It's not Lang,
Yes.
it's Lit. So with this, you know what you get to miss next week? Or actually in 2 weeks?
I know exactly what I get to miss. I get to miss out on the senior presentations. Essentially, they are presenting the project that they've been given, I believe, at the beginning of the year, that they've been working on for the entire year.
Of their senior English classes.
Yes.
And then they go back and show, they wind up presenting it, and then they wind up showing some of the other things that they wind up working
Yes,
on.
and it becomes like a pretty big part of their grade, so it's a pretty big deal for them.
Yeah. So, but apparently you don't have to do it?
Nope. that's
So we're not going
not
to see you
allowed.
dressed up that day?
No.
No. All right, fair enough. What else we got?
Earlier you mentioned the good, the bad, and the ugly. What was the ugly?
Yes, the idea is specifically, I was thinking about ugly sweaters.
Same.
Yeah,
So itchy.
I know.
So annoying.
Is it become norm? Because once upon a time it was probably ugly, and now it's like, it's kind of like in fashion to have one of those sweaters. So is it really, should we still be calling it Ugly Sweater Day?
No.
I mean, some are ugly.
Yeah, I've
but
seen
are
cute
really ugly.
ones.
But that's kind of mean.
I've seen horrible ones. Yeah, I've seen horrible ones.
Well, all right, fair enough. So speaking of Ugly Sweater Day, yes, we've got some fun stuff coming up next week.
We really do.
I know. So you know what's going to happen not this Saturday, but Saturday the 14th. What's happening Saturday the 14th?
Basically, on Saturday the 14th, there was a dance. Tickets are on sale next week for $20 all next week. So,
Cool.
from Monday to Friday.
During the lunches, so make sure you get your
Yes.
tickets. We already talked about that. What are some of the activities that are going on next week, by the way?
Well, following, it is the Winterfest Spirit Week and the dress
So
up
Monday?
days. Yeah, Monday. Next Monday.
What is the theme?
Oh, the theme is basically it's called the Cookie Batch Day, but it's basically a twin day.
Cool. How about
Yeah.
Tuesday? Somebody-
Tuesday is it's like a holiday pajama day
Or-
/ family out day.
You get to choose.
Wednesday is a holiday hat or headgear, so like headbands or those elf ears. Thursday is Ugly Sweater Day.
Finally, we've got to celebrate specifically the red and white.
Candy candy.
Also, there's going to be a door decorating contest. The dance is the big thing, December the 14th, which is Saturday, and buy your tickets. We're going to take a break, and we're going to wrap up for this week's session. All right, we are back in our closing seconds. We want to specifically remind you of a couple of things that are going on this week. We've got obviously the big dance next 14th. Yes, I know. We've got Spirit Week going on. We've got specifically lots of things going on with the seniors. So with that said, I hope you enjoy the season. If you are a senior, once again, communicate some wisdom down to the upperclassmen. But to take a look around and smell, what do they say?
Smell the roses.
The poinsettia?
Poison. Oh, yes, but
Oh.
don't get too close. Don't lick them because they're poisonous. They're toxic. So,
Oh.
anyways, yes. So make sure you don't have it. Anyways, thank you very much for joining another week of specifically ramblings, and we hope to catch you soon.